What's up, guys? I got the keys here, back with another video. Today's video is inspired by my friend Lulu from the Discord, okay? Because she commented on my video yesterday, and the sentence that she gave me actually inspired me. So she basically gave me that everything is hidden in plain sight, right? And when you look at this sentence, you get hidden, right? Hid within, plain, not plain as in P-L-A-I-N, but P-L-A-N-E, right? Dimensional plane. Hidden within your dimensional planes, right? And then sight. You have eye in sight, right? So in the dimensions of your mind, right? Hid in the dimensions of your mind's eye, right? The hidden frequencies within you, the hidden self, the one that has no form, the love in your heart, right, connects to the mind's eye, right? And then you have conscious awareness. The love in your heart is loving awareness. It's aware of the mind. It's aware of the body. It's aware of your emotions. That is who you are. That is what you are, is the awareness. And we hide it from ourselves, really, because we have to forget who we are in this specific plane called Earth, right? We have to forget who we are to remember who we are. Because we go through the veil of forgetting, and that's the entire point, is to remember that we are God, right? We are not separate from God. Now, I'm not saying this body is God. I mean, yes, it's a creation of God, right? But in the end, this vessel will pass on and it'll change into something else, right? We all go back in the dirt. So, hidden in plain sight, not only does that mean hidden within you, even though it's really not hidden, right? You just have to look within. But hidden in plain sight is also talking about the way that TV, Hollywood, news, everything they have to tell you the truth within the lies, right? And this is why they say the truth lies, right? The truth lies. Okay? So they have to tell you the truth while simultaneously telling you lies, right? Because it's all programming. So not only is it hidden within the planes, dimensions, right? Planes of your mind's eye, your mind, okay? Dimensional, right? So it's also like they have to tell you the truth, okay? So like if you really look at all of the celebrities and stuff, even though they're using the opposite polarity, they're still using the I am, God, right? And this is why people think that they are, Satanists and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but what it really is that they're using the opposite polarity of service to self, right? But I want to say this, because within the songs and the movies and everything, if you really look for truth within it, you can find it. I promise you. And so like, even with like, for one, I listened to a lot of Lil Wayne when I was growing up, right? And even though there's a lot of darkness within the music, it also shows all of the adversity he had to go through to become what he is right now, right? And I'm sure he's still facing those things. But ultimately, they're using the same force, just in the opposite way. But even when you're listening to these songs and everything, you can actually listen for the higher self of that person, because everybody has a higher self, guys. Every person, no matter how dark they think they are or are in this world, right? They have a higher self. And within the music, there's still codes in the music. Okay? You have Eminem. Whatever I say I am, etc. Okay? Lose yourself. Okay? Lose yourself. It's basically talking about losing the ego. Okay? The false self. And so you have like Lil Wayne. I am not a human being. I am not a human being. Right? Because these are also extraterrestrial beings, guys. And we're not understanding that not everybody is a normal human being, okay? And I don't even like calling anybody a human being, because what the fuck is a human being? We are simply being itself, right? And so you have like Playboi Carti, okay? I am music. They're all using the force of God, and even with the symbols, okay? It's not an Illuminati symbol, guys. It's actually what they're showing you is the third eye within the Trinity, right? Of the mind, right? So the eye in the center of the brain, which you have 3 parts of your brain, right? You have the left, the right, and the center, okay? So 3 parts of the brain creating the trinity of the brain. So you have conscious, superconscious, and subconscious. But you can also see these as connected to different parts of you. So like the body would be the unconscious, right? Or the subconscious. This is where you feel things, okay? And then you have the superconscious, which would be your soul. And then you have the conscious mind, which is your ego, okay? And that's not a bad thing, like I've said before. The ego is not bad. It's just that we have to learn how to use it to project the higher self, right? Because your ego is just trying to survive. That's the entire point of the ego, is to make you survive. So everything is literally hidden in plain sight, within the words, within the music, within the shows, within the movies, right? It's all right in front of us. Even the way we talk to each other, we don't catch it, but it's literally ourself helping each other, right? Like whenever somebody comes up to you, that's you talking to you. It may look like a different person. It may have a different personality, personal reality, but it's still you on the inside, right? Everybody is a reflection. Okay? And yes, there are fallen beings. There are beings that are disconnected from source, okay? And that's their path. That's what they chose, right? There's collectives that are disconnected from source, okay? However, they have to come back to the light eventually. It doesn't matter, right? Because the further you go down the DNA, and the further you go, you turn into a particle. And that particle is eventually just going to go back to where it came from, which is source. We are infinite beings, guys. We never die, okay? Yes, this body will die. Or at least die, right? But I actually I want to even share with you guys, just because I had a car accident a couple years ago, probably like 10 years ago, and it was very traumatic for me, and I do believe that I actually died that day in some sort of the word. I basically blacked out. I got hit by this truck. I don't know how long I was out. I woke up and I could like briefly remember what happened, but it was so sudden, and everything that I truly believe that I did in some way, shape, or form die that day. Okay, even though my physical body may have not died, but a part of me did, and I didn't understand it at that time. But now looking back, I can see that it was part of my journey, right? It was part of my awakening. And if that didn't happen, I don't know if I'd be where I'm at right now, you know? And I truly do, like, you know, everything is God trying to talk to you, right? Trying to lead you to your higher timeline, trying to wake you the fuck up, right? Your soul is always talking to you. You just have to pay attention to the signs and the symbols, you know, and know that little voice in your head is not always correct. But the voice in your heart and your gut, those are always correct. And when you can align all three of them, that's when you know you have manifestation. That's when you know that something's coming. That's when you know that, you know, you're bringing something into fruition. Okay? So you're using your solar plexus, your heart, and your mind, right? The mind's eye, the third eye, and the crown. The crown brings in the information, right? It's just like everything is literally so connected, guys, that it gets like really crazy. And I understand that, like, it can be hard to even live a normal reality when you know this shit, because you're so aware of yourself that everything, it literally feels fake to you. Like like we've literally made all this shit up, guys, right? We made it all up. We are God. We've literally created everything. Humans created this earth, okay? Although, yes, we created the, you know, like God itself created the environment, right? The earth itself, but we created everything on the earth. We created time. We created numbers. We created the alphabet. We created street signs. We created schools, buildings, cars, right? That was all us. Some person had to make those things. But it's God working through us creating those things, right? God gives us the ideas, and then we manifestate them through the ego, right? We use the ego, and the higher self is embodying inside the ego, right? And so it moves together as one. And then we create reality. So guys, start looking right in front of your face, because it's literally right there all the time. And if you look for truth in everything, you will find it. I promise you. So with that being said, I hope that this helped you guys out. I hope that it served a purpose in your life. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.